So we're here with Barb, and it is middle of July, and Barb, you came back in February.
Set up your worm bin.
5 months. We've kind of gone through some issues with it being too wet, with it smelling, not enough worms. Today we're going to actually dump it out and just see what has happened. And remember, this was all just kitchen straps. It was just food and paper from our junk mail.
What I see here is that it's all mixed up. I think we talked about before is that you could feed one side and not the other.
Right.
That ends up, as you see, like it's hard to do because you have all these food scraps and you're not ready to actually harvest any of that stuff. So this is great to show like what really happens.
Right.
Go for it.
Watch out. It might be a little juicy at the bottom.
Woohoo! So let's first investigate how your worms are doing. Well, we see other critters in here, which is good. We're basically checking out the health of your compost bin, looking for worms. We're not really seeing that many, which can one tell you that the decomposition process is going to happen no matter what. There's some worm eggs, which is good. So there's hope.
There's hope.
We've got 2 worms.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was just not the environment for them, and that things were in there that that killed them. I think it's a combination of things. I don't think it's just one thing.
Sure.
And the other thing is that this might be a little deep.
Okay. So it's better to get like a thin, like maybe
like just half the size is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be a little, and maybe a little longer. So in 5 months, you should have had a lot more worm castings. You're looking in your bin and you don't see a lot of worm castings, which again are this small little like dirt like stuff, and then you'll put your fingers in it and there shouldn't be any paper or any stuff in it. That's when you know things are going well. The worms make it go a lot faster. That's why this is really chunky. Here's a sprout.
Hey.
Something thought it was good enough in here to live. So that's good.
We actually now live in a place with these big, what do they call these, biostacks?
Biostacks, yeah. This is what people typically use for what you call basic composting, which is getting all of your yard scraps, putting it in there.
And here they're putting lawn scraps and food, basically anything in there, organic.
And this is just going to add to it. We're going to add whatever beneficial stuff that's in here still is going to help this go faster also. All right, let's do it.
So maybe, When we started this in February, I had been just throwing stuff in the trash and not really caring about any of it. And really since then, it's been cool because we've been really mindful. We only really take out the trash now maybe once a month, you know?
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is so great.
Once you thought about what you're actually throwing away, if you just put it in the right places, it kind of took care of itself.
So these are definitely more shallow than the ones that you had when you have upstairs. And then there's all these great holes down here. So what happens with this one is that you'll set up a bin just like we did before with the paper and food, you know, make sure it's moist. There's this mark right here. And that's kind of where you stop feeding it. Once you've fed it or have a lot of stuff in there to that line, then you start feeding this one, as you can see right here.
They can climb up there or something?
They'll climb right up those holes and come in here. What I also like to do is take a scoopful of the compost that's down here, the vermicompost that's full of worms, and then just stick it in here. Look at all these worms.
Guys.
This is all that great vermicompost.
Look at that.
Look at all this. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, because they're eating these peaches right here.
Probably quite heavy. Ooh, yes. So, okay. This might be stinky. The stuff's in here is wet, and you want to make sure it's a moist environment. So sometimes you're adding water, which means it's going to go through all those holes, and it's got to collect somewhere. And it creates a great thing called compost tea. And this is awesome. It's like high concentrated liquid fertilizer. There's a little nozzle so you can turn it. Let's see if it works. And that'll come right out, and you can just have a little bottle underneath and then just go water your plants with it. I love this. You can use this inside your apartment also. If you have the space, you don't have to have these legs on them. So if you had enough space on your sink or something for this, you could put that under there. So this is something you could put on your, if you have a balcony. What
this does is that it takes away the work of having to sort things out, right? This just, as soon as they eat here, they move up and then you empty out that bottom.